Tom, you're up. Tom, we got you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Coach, with LaMarcus out tonight, who slides into that starting lineup? And when you have two games against the same opponent, does that allow you to try some different things that maybe you wouldn't have the opportunity to do in just one game?
Jakob Poeltl will start in place of LA. This early in the season, it's not that time for trying all kinds of different things because we don't have all kinds of different things at this point in the season.
Thanks, Tom. Let's go to Michael Wright from NBA.com. Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Over the years, you've been a real proponent of like team bonding activities, meetings, dinners, little field trips and stuff like that. How do you navigate that now with all the restrictions in place and the health protocols?
Very simply, it's very limited. The virus comes first, the safety comes first. It's basically impossible to do anything, in a group setting and go someplace else and have it all controlled. So we stay on the conservative side and just hunker down and try to develop our same camaraderie in practice situations, in the practice facility as best we can, but it's certainly not ideal.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Michael. Let's go to Maria from Tab Deportes. Maria, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Hope you're doing great. Last game, you were on the road after a back-to-back, and you mentioned that in those situations, you either have the energy or you don't. So now that your team is rested and at home, how have you felt your guys' energy and focus during practice compared to last game?
Well, we haven't had a full practice. We took a day off and went late yesterday. So the energy should be very good. But even if you had 5 games in a row, if you're playing the NBA champions, it's pretty easy to get up for that game.
Thanks, Maria. Let's go to Mark Medina from USA Today. Mark, go ahead.
Pop, good to see you. I hope you're hanging in there. I realize, obviously, that LeBron's skill speaks for itself, but what jumps out to you about his ability to still play at this elite level, given how many seasons he's going so far?
Well, it's a tribute to both his intelligence level and his tenacity, his character, his commitment to excellence. And you combine those things and you get what we see in LeBron James after all these years. He looks pretty much like when he first came into the league. So he deserves a lot of credit for being, the consummate professional, using every technique that he can, being on the cutting edge of things. So his mental state, along with his physical state, really makes him very special, probably more than anybody who's ever played the game.
Thank you, Mark. Let's go to Jeff Garcia from WOAI. Jeff, go ahead.
Happy holidays, Coach.
You too.
Recently, the Basketball Naismith Hall of Fame announced that Coach Hammon is eligible to be part of the class of 2021. Your thoughts on her playing days and her coaching career, as she possibly could have another accolade to her resume?
Well, obviously, I think very much of her abilities, having hired her, but that all began when I saw her play. She was a leader. Everybody on her team reacted to her. She was very confident, very competitive, and she led the whole show. And when I got to know her and she was in our coaches' meetings before she was hired, while she was hurt for a season, I found out about her knack for the game, her innate understanding of, what wins, what loses, what has to be there to make a program. So she's got all the tools necessary to be a heck of a coach, in our league.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's go to Jeff McDonald from the Express News. Jeff, go ahead.
Hey, what can you tell us about LaMarcus's knee? Are you guys looking at this as sort of a day-to-day, game-to-game sort of thing with him?
I think so. He's got a sore right knee, basically. There's nothing ripped or torn or anything like that.
Kind of to be expected given the long layoff he had and short training camp and all that?
Yeah, it kind of surprises, but it swelled up a little bit. And this early in the season, after that back-to-back, I'm not going to take any chances and, get him in a worse position.
All right, appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you, Bob. We appreciate you. We'll see you after the game.
Take care.